to appoint Mr. Dave Honey to take the Ward 1 vacancy. Tonight was going to be his swear-in. Very unfortunately, he had a sudden tragic death in his family this weekend, who was his wife. So I speak on behalf of all of us that our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. We are certainly grieving for him during this tough time. I had the opportunity to speak with his daughter yesterday, and basically, I mean, without saying, don't worry about making the meeting tonight, none of this matters right now. You need to be with your family and focus on that. She did say that during this tough time, he does still want to accept the position. I think family feels it would be good for him, give him something to do, keep his mind off things, kind of help work with the community and the family that we can offer him. So hopefully by the next meeting we can move forward with swearing in Mr. Honey. Now if something does change, I'll keep everybody posted if we have to find a different plan of action, but that's where we're at with it right now. So we're sorry for him and his loss, and again, he will not be able to make it here this evening. With that being said, we are excited to move forward with an oath of office for our city clerk, which is going to be Miss Lainey Garbo. Council voted to split the duties of clerk and comptroller, kind of take things back to how they used to be, and allow us to open up some opportunities for Christine to be available to perform some other duties. So it's definitely been a pleasure, Chris, having you up here with us for my entire tenure of 4 years alderman and my time as mayor, having you help us run these meetings. So we'll miss that. Lainey, we welcome you to join us and take our minutes and try to keep up with all of our banter and who made the motions and who I said made the motions. And sometimes we just fall off the cuff sometimes. But just tell us to slow down, whatever we need to do, we'll do that. Chris is going to be able to come to the meetings still. She's going to be able to come actually in more of a comptroller role to provide more financial information to the city, that being the citizens and the council themselves, as well as the press. Just really show a lot more detail on our tax revenues and our sales revenues and our budget items quarterly, and where we're at with some of these items and these jobs. So just a few things to add to that. That Christine has held the position of clerk for over 21 years, as well as shared the comptroller duties with Tanya Ferris from 2009 to 2019. However, in 2019, Tanya left her contractor position with the city, and Christine took on the full-time comptroller duties, as well as her city clerk role. There's an increasing need to separate these two positions once again, as the city has various ongoing and future projects that require well-documented paper trails, accounting on a more real-time basis, and meetings to follow that make it difficult for one person to completely serve the public in its fullest capacity. Again, we're really looking forward to, especially on this fiscal 2022 budget year, to get very vigorous towards our infrastructure needs. We've budgeted a lot of money for that. We have electric infrastructure needs, three-phase power that has to be fixed, multiple water and sewer jobs. So as a team, as a city, as a public works department, just really working in congruent to get after these jobs and help them get completed. So that's really important for all of us. This evening, Lainey will be sworn in as clerk, in which Chris will take on the full-time comptroller duties as well as some human resources duties. That being said, there's a lot of training manuals for job positions, especially here at City Hall, that we want to really get ironed out and available for current and future employees, and that's going to be very important. I don't want to say the word that begins with an R and ends with retirement, but one of these days that will be a possibility for hopefully all of us in our lives, but including Miss Nash. So not saying that that's happening, maybe it might be another 30 years, probably will be, maybe 40 maybe. But with that being said, she has served in this capacity for quite some time, and she really wants to help that future transition whenever that time does come, and making sure the city and the girls here at City Hall, men and women, are confident in their duties and ready to step up when the time arrives. So she'll be maintaining her duties as we know it. Lainey will be at the city council meetings. Chris will still serve as the accounting role, administrative duties of the city and of City Hall, and then again taking on a more active role in human resources, policies, and resources. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I am not. It just has been a pleasure being up here for 21 years.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fun to dive into the comptroller position.
And we thank Lainey for taking on the appointment and stepping up and helping us out. So, with that being said, would you like to administer Lainey an oath of office? All right.
Hold on a minute. Hold on, I'm third. Cody?
Yes, sir.
I'm not that smart, so I just want to clerk them real quick. Chris has done a great job, perfect job. But we accepted to split the duties, but you appointed her as clerk, so don't we have to take her resignation from Chris as clerk and give Lainey the clerk position?
No. You don't have to have a formal letter of resignation.
All right, okay, that's all good.
Lainey, you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Lainey Garbo,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications for the office of city clerk
that I possess all of the qualifications for the office of city clerk
as prescribed by law,
as prescribed by law,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and of the state of Missouri,
and the provisions of all laws of the state affecting cities of this class,
the provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of this class,
and the ordinances of the city of Cuba, Missouri,
and the ordinances of the city of Cuba, Missouri,
and faithfully demean myself in office, so help me God.
and faithfully demean myself in office, so help me God.
Congratulations.
I am not an emotional girl, and I just.
I do too. I'm gonna sneak on out. Hugs.
All right.
You don't need me tonight, baby.
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Get settled in and get after it.
She doesn't have that laptop password protected with password.
It's a good mutual one. We got it.
Okay. Moving on, special meeting minutes of June 28, 2021 from the 5 a.m. meeting. Motion to approve those minutes. Motion by Grady. Second by Holt. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Special meeting minutes of June 28, 2021 for the 6 p.m. meeting. Motion to approve. Motion by Holt. Second by Black. All in favor say aye. Opposed? And special meeting minutes of June 30th, 2021. Motion to approve. Motion by Black. Second by Grady. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Good. Citizens participation. Looks like we have Dr. Sean Sieber here this evening.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I have two requests for road closures, and not that neither of them are for an event that I do. Not that that has any relevance. Just these are on behalf of the chamber. They knew that I was coming to the meeting. They asked if I would ask on their behalf, and I said I'd be glad to. I'll be back because I do my blog party in October, and I do the back to school thing in August. So I'll be back to talk about those in future time. But they have two specific requests that they would like. One is July 10th, which would be this coming Saturday. And the specific closures would be on Main Street from basically Smith to Wall. So right there in front of Frisco's, and then right there kind of in that area to the other side of the People's Bank, the back of that parking lot. So it's basically the same road, just 2 blocks. They are having a street concert. I think their specific request for this one is from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. would be the street closure. That one is in conjunction with Peace of Mind, the Chamber of Commerce, and First Coast. We're gonna do them together or separate.
That one on July 10th.
July 10th.
We can go ahead and motion to approve for this weekend first.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Black, second by Grady. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank
Any opposition from the Cuba Police Department?
No, sir.
Contacted all necessary business owners?
Yes, that's why we actually have more information than why we went on Main Street and stayed with just that section,
Okay.
because really it only impacts West Coast.
Okay, very good. What else you have?
The other one is on Saturday, August 28th, and same section, Main Street to Wall Street. This one is from 4 to 9 p.m. And this one, the Chamber has done this music festival before. They didn't do it last year because of COVID, but they did it 2 years prior. It's a group of musicians that usually come out of Raleigh. It was a pretty good event. We had 150, 200 people that came 2 years ago too. So that same August 28th, it's a Saturday. It's from 4 to 9 is the request.
Okay, motion, council?
Motion.
Motion by Grady, second by Black. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Got that, two men? Thank you, sir.
I will make sure that's communicated. I'll send you a message. Or I can work with you if the guys can drop off cones, and they can do that Friday before they get off cones and trash cans, and I'll make sure they get. Tyler Monday is a point of contact, so I'll make sure Tyler knows what to do with that. So, thank you, everyone.
You bet. Thank you. Any other citizens' participation this evening? Hearing none. Emergency preparedness director report. Riding what you have for us, sir?
I had a couple things for you guys. Tornado siren test this morning. All 5 worked.
In the airport?
In the airport. I made double sure on the
Very
airport.
good.
We moved the siren at the old city shop. We moved it on the north side of Grapevine. So it worked this morning. Besides that, I haven't had any other problems with it. The cameras working pretty well. We had a few problems at the park with some power situations on 2 camera sites, so we got that fixed, hopefully. And another thing that I have been noticing is across the street at my office, I've had somebody or a group of people, I don't know, try to steal the coax from my radio tower, which is kind of somewhat interesting. So I got an estimate from Zach from Wave Internet. It would probably be for 3 cameras around $400 or $500 for 3 additional cameras. It would come back to City Hall here, so I don't have to worry about any other costs. If you guys want me to do that, I can email Zach and tell him to go ahead and go with it. Or if you want me to go ahead and go with 2, but we need something that needs to be done there. Because if not, we're going to get.
So you have one facing your.
Probably one facing down the alleyway, probably one facing towards my generator. And I thought about a third one be kind of putting at both of the doors of both offices, just to play it safe. This depends on what you guys want me to do. If you guys want me to spend $500 or $400 or $500 on 3 cameras, but we need to do something, because if not, we're going to end up losing quite a bit more than what we're
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say that this probably may not necessarily be in a budgeted item out of your budget, but you more than likely have the funds to cover that.
I'm pretty sure, and I'll check with Lainey tomorrow, and I'll email her to double check before I'll talk to Zach on that.
Okay, so motion to allow Ronnie to get with Lenny and look into the possibility of getting these cameras. Motion by Grady, second by all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And
Let us know.
another thing is, if we can put a dusted doll light down the alleyway, I think it'll help also. There was one there, but it's an antique. It probably don't work anymore. I don't know how. I'll talk to Craig and see.
Yeah, just touch base with Craig.
do that. But that's all I have.
Okay, anything for Rodney? Thank you, sir. Public Works Director report.
First thing I got here, talked the other day about these socket lights, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Got a number on them, $7,100.76, $71.76 and 6 cents.
So 71, 76, and that would get them up and installed and kind of.
Well, it's 18 lines, we're gonna add 4 poles, which, you know, we got those.
We have those in
350 piece,
in
and
stock.
that's and conduits and stuff, so.
Okay.
We got a little more money involved with where I got stopped.
What are you doing
Adding lines to the soccer,
to that?
for the park over there.
That's south end of the park there.
Yes, yes. Mhm.
So Noel reached out to me and we discussed this, and you know, obviously it's something that we can approach the park board with too, to see if they're interested in covering any costs, all the costs, some of the costs, no other costs. I haven't had any of those conversations yet. I want to Craig to get some numbers together for us. Many of you will probably remember years prior, we've helped purchase rentals, right? And you know, again, kind of run into that whole thing. They're hard to get, they're not permanent. Why not go ahead and do it, get it done? It works good for the fair time too, not just soccer. So that's just kind of the thought process behind it. Looking like a $7,100 expense. I don't know, council, if you'd like for me to see if the park board is interested in helping pay for some of it, or if you wanted to try to get them to pay for all of it, or if you want the city to pay for all of it. If there's any recommendation, you know, you tell me. Otherwise, I do want to try to look towards getting this done one way or another this year, because it's just one of those things that needs to be done. Yes, sir.
So, yeah, to make a recommendation that the city pays for it.
Okay.
I mean, let's get it done. Fair's almost here.
Okay, so a motion by Copeland to go ahead and have the city go ahead and finish this project.
Yeah.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
Second by Black. Full council, please.
Copeland,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Ratty,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, council. I appreciate that. We'll reach out to Noel, if you will, Craig, and coordinate that with him. However needed. I mean, he may not have to take part in it, but
I'll be holding.
yeah, no, I think it'll be good. It's at the end of the day, it's on a park, and I think it'll be a lot more secure for everybody, not just soccer.
I'd like to get his input on a couple of pole locations anyway, so.
Sure, absolutely.
Another item, I would like to see if we can go out for bids on some tree trimming. It started early this year, also Drive.
Okay. Are you planning on breaking this down into sections again?
Yes, I've actually got 4 small sections that I'll start with first.
Okay.
Ferry Street, Monroe Street, School, and the Barnett Park. We've got it in part of the house, get in the park, so.
Very good. I would just encourage you to do it like we always do. Meet with anybody who wants to bid, let them go out, get eyes on the job, make sure they have the equipment to do it, make sure they understand, you know, like we have done, we've had a lot of success that way, so. Motion to allow Craig to go out for bids on these first, tree trimming items. Motion by Ratty, second by Black. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll get that in paper.
That is really what I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything for
Mr.
Craig?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
it's on your hand.
Well, if you want to discuss this secretary.
I'm
position,
the
don't
best
you?
secretary. I'm on the committee.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Mayor, we had a committee meeting, Jeff and I, and Mr. Rounds. We know it's the best interest for the citizens in the city of Cuba to put a secretary full-time over there. And I'd like to, for this board to accept the recommendation going out, you know, for applications, posting it at City Hall, police station, public works, and get it started.
Are you gonna post this internally and externally, or one before the other, or internally first, or is there a recommendation for that?
My recommendation be, it just, what do you think, Craig?
I think you should both same time.
Both same time?
Okay, so post internally and externally.
Yeah.
Do you have a job description that is completed? I know you guys had a meeting on
Yeah,
that.
I do.
For any interested candidates, obviously, they probably want to see a job description.
I agree with that, yes.
Okay, and what is the recommendation for the pay for this position?
For the pay,
Yes.
what do we,
Scale 12 is what we discussed on.
uh,
Scale 12 as well.
Scale 12, and obviously that's gonna be a threshold from a beginning point to a end point, so what's the beginning on scale 12 that you're on?
Oh, we need to see what that number moved to this year. On the current one, it was it 1379 starting last year. So
Oh,
It should be 1479 to move the scale, it was 1379 to start with.
Okay, so motion on the floor to post internally and externally for the public works secretary position. And Kevin, you make a motion to start that at tier 12, $14.79 salary. Okay, second on the floor by Grady. Any further discussion on that? Okay, go ahead, whole council please.
Holt,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Okay, all right, that motion passes 4-0. Great, go ahead and work on getting that job posted.
Thank you guys.
Anything else?
That's solid.
Anything for Craig?
No.
All right, let's see what I'll get on that. Police chief report.
Nothing from the police department, couple nuisance updates. 606 ants, we made contact with them, they removed one car, grass has been cut in some spots. He says it's still a long way from consistent work being put forth. But on June 21st, he sent certified mail, next step being citation. The 511 main, the grass has been cut, trash picked up, vehicles covered, he's closed that one out. Napa High School, excuse me, 2 vehicles that had expired plates on them have been covered, he's closed that out. 1309 East Rand, he says no progress, he sent a certified letter, the next step being citations. 507 Fishwick, same guy owns both. 507 Fishwick says grass has been cut, however the vehicles with expired plates and the trailers with expired plates have not been covered, and the stuff on the back porch. And in the yard, not picked up, sent a certified letter. 148 Roots Subdivision Road, they partially cut the grass, so lots of grass being cut, the trash removed. Sent another certified letter. Circle Drive off Springfield, the owner was contacted on June 28th to mow the lot. He's going to follow up on July 12th to check on that property. And he says since July, we have not received any new nuisance complaints. And he will be contacting, correction, we have not received any new nuisance complaints since last meeting, but on July 8th, he will be contacting 401 Springfield for the condition of that property.
Right, very good. Any questions about police issues or nuisance issues? Thank you, sir. All right, bills we paid. We have the bills as well as the addition to the bills. Motion to pay the bills. Motion by Grady, second by Holt. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Bills paid. Planning and zoning recommendation. There was a meeting on June 29th at 6 p.m. here at City Hall. Meeting was called to order. Andy Stubblefield presented a plot map of property located on 803 West Spencer and was requesting a zoning change from R1 to R2. Looks like there was a couple questions that were discussed. Meeting closed at 6:15, and the motion is to recommend approval of the rezoning request from R1 to R2. That vote was taken, and the motion was unanimously approved. So the next step would be to have the council approve a second public hearing, which will take place here at the city council meeting on August 3rd, 2021. So motion to approve a second public hearing at the August 3rd, 2021 council meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Black. Second by Gray. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Bill number 2008, motion for the first reading of bill number 2008. Motion by Grady.
Second.
Second by Black. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? First reading.
An ordinance rezoning a parcel of land, property parcel number 03-9-0-2-9-3-01-034.00, located on the east side of Washington Street at the east city limits, from R1 to M1, Industrial District, Large Grayson, LLC.
Okay, for the first reading of bill number 2008, motion to approve. Motion by Black. Second by Holt. Hold the council, please.
Copeland,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Okay, let me show on first reading of bill 2008. Passing 4-0. Motion for the second reading of bill 2008. Motion by Holt. Second by Black. Hold it, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Second reading.
An ordinance rezoning a parcel of land, property parcel number 03-9.0-29-3-01-034.000, located on the east side of Washington Street at the east city limits, from R1 to M1, Industrial District, Large Grayson LLC.
Okay, you've heard the second reading of bill number 2008. Motion to approve. Motion by Black. Second by Green. Hold the council, please.
Holt,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
Okay, second reading moves forward with a vote 4-0. That is now General Ordinance 1194. Motion for the first reading of bill number 2009. Motion by Gray. Second by Black. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance naming a street in the Barnett Business and Tech Park in Cuba, Missouri to James Barnett Way.
Okay, for the first reading of bill number 2009, motion to approve. Motion by Grady. Second by Black. Hold the council, please.
Copeland,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Okay, first reading, bill number 2009 moves forward with a vote 5-0. Motion for second reading of bill number 2009. Motion by Black. Second by Grady. Hold the council, please. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
an ordinance naming a street in the Barnett Business and Tech Park in Cuba, Missouri to James Barnett Way.
Now you've heard the second reading of bill number 2009. Motion to approve. Motion by Black. Second by Grady. Hold the council, please.
Holt,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
Okay, second reading moves forward 4-0. It is now General Ordinance 1195. First reading for bill number 2010. Motion by Black. Second by Grady. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, first reading.
An ordinance naming a street in the Barnett Business and Tech Park in Cuba, Missouri to Truman Street.
Okay, you've heard the first reading of bill number 2010. Motion to approve. Motion by Holt. Second by Grady. Hold the council, please.
Copeland,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Okay, first reading, bill number 2010 moves forward with a vote 4-0. Motion for second reading. Motion by Black. Second by Holt. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Second reading.
An ordinance naming a street in the Barnett Business and Tech Park in Cuba, Missouri to Truman Street.
Okay, for the second reading of bill number 2010, motion to approve. Motion by Black. Second by Grady. Hold the council, please.
Holt,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
Second reading moves forward with a vote 4-0. It is now General Ordinance 1196. And last but not least, a bill for first reading, motion for first reading of bill number 2011. Motion by Black. Second by Grady. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of the city of Cuba, Missouri, to enter into an agreement for services with Dude Solutions for a work order system.
For the first reading of bill number 2011, motion to approve. Motion by Black, second by Grady. Pull the council, please.
Copeland,
Yes.
Black,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Okay, first reading moves forward with a vote 4-0. Motion for second reading of bill number 2011. Motion by Grady. Second by Black. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Second reading.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of the city of Cuba, Missouri, to enter into an agreement for services with Dude Solutions for a work order system.
Heard the second reading of bill number 2011, motion to approve. Motion by Black, seconded by Grady. Poll the council, please.
Holt.
Yes.
Grady.
Yes.
Black.
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
Okay, second reading moves forward with a vote of 4-0. It is now special ordinance 825.
Can you applaud?
I mean, those things are something else, aren't they? I'm telling you.
They're not
You have
my
to sit there and
favorites.
read them.
They're not my favorites.
All right, got through the boring legal jargon. No offense, Lance. Old unfinished new business with announcements. Again, the next meeting, July 20th. We hope to have the opportunity to swear in Mr. Dave Honey. So we will look forward to that. Thanks again, Laney, for stepping up and taking on the clerk duty. We appreciate that. We look forward to having you here with us. The fireworks were amazing. If anybody saw those, I didn't want to give that a shout out. They were really, really good this year. And that is all I have. Kevin?
All I'm gonna say, Cody, I hope to see you in the parade.
I'll be in it. Why not? It'll either be 120 degrees or be pouring down rain. One or the other.
Drive the city truck.
I don't know about that.
Hi.
I'm driving that new mini excavator, so I'm driving that thing. Get my money worth. Which has been out on jobs, not constantly. So there you have it. What else, Kev?
That's it.
Sam?
No.
Laney?
Nothing.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Grady. Second by Holt. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?